here we go. I got one of the most interesting devices that I could find on Amazon. It's an all-in-one keyboard and mouse combo for all consoles. And of course, it allows you to use mouse and keyboard on any console, Xbox, PS4, PS5. So I want to see if this thing's actually worth the price point of $107 compared to its younger brother, the GameSir VX2 adapter. So let's get into it and see if it's actually worth the price. Before we start today's video, there is one announcement I wanted to let everybody know. I do have a Discord, and the link will be in the description for the invite to join it. If you have any questions or any issues you're having with your adapters, feel free to message me in my Discord or leave a comment. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. On that note, let's get back into the video. Hey everybody, my name is Cub and welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will be doing an unboxing and review of the GameSir VX2 Esports Edition or Tournament Edition. Now, there are a few things I want to let everybody know about this adapter. It's based off the GameSir VX2 adapter. Basically, it runs off the same app and firmware as the standard VX2 adapter. So getting that out of the way, let's get into the unboxing and see what you get with this device. So starting things off with the unboxing. The box that this thing comes in is very nice, very clean. You slide off the cover and you get introduced to the logo on a nice clean black box. Of course, once you open the black box, you're greeted to the keyboard. The keyboard is very nice looking, very good build quality as well. Now, once you pull the keyboard out, you're introduced to the quick start guides, the stickers, and the full menu. Plus, there's a little pamphlet that has the learner's manual on a QR code. So if you scan that, you can get it off the website. Getting to what else you get as well, you get two USB hookups. One's for USB A to USB Type-C, and the other one's for micro USB to USB Type. And you get the relay or the plug-in for the controller as well. Now this is what you plug into the controller to make it so it receives to the keyboard. And then you get the mouse. Now the mouse is a braided cable. Definitely not my favorite feeling thing. Right off the bat, I was like, this is a little off. The mouse definitely feels not the greatest. And then you get a USB Type-C 10-foot braided cable as well. And that's pretty much what you get with this device. So let's move into how to set it up properly. So getting into how to set up this device, first you want to start off with the adapter for the controller. You want to undo the micro USB, get your controller, either a first gen or second gen controller. Go ahead and plug that in first, so the adapter is already plugged into the controller. Now second thing is grab the keyboard and the mouse that came with the keyboard and plug it into the USB port on the right hand side. Once you do that, you should be all set up. And then the next step, of course, will be turning on the keyboard itself. So turn the keyboard or the GameSir on, then go ahead and plug the adapter into the console, the one that's connected to the controller, and it should load up right away. As you can see, it literally just plugged it in and it started working right out of the bat. So that's pretty much how you set up this device. It's very simple and very easy. Before we get into playing any of the games or testing this thing out with different games, I want to bring up the app that will work with this device. And of course, if you guys are wondering what the app is called, it's called the GameSir app. You can find it on iOS or the Play Store. Now, once you download the app, you want to go over to your Bluetooth devices and try to find the GameSir. Make sure it's on and it's activated. And then from there, you're able to find it, connect to it for the Bluetooth. You want to make sure you hold the function key and then the app. It has the app symbol right on the key. It's either, I think it's F6 to be precise. Once you do that, you're going to load it into the app. It's going to automatically connect to the app, and then it'll bring up this screen. This will allow you to adjust the sensitivity, the joystick dead zone, change the key binds, and change the sensitivity. Now the app is pretty easy, self-explanatory. Sensitivity, horizontal, all pretty basics. The dead zone, right joystick, left joystick. I don't have to really get into much about the app because it's very self-explanatory. So let's move over to the games. And one of the last things I gotta show you with this device is that the function buttons, the extra buttons on the device itself. So if you hold down the function button and click number 4, it'll let you switch your WASD keys to the little joystick on the right of the keyboard. Now, super useful, super quirky. Definitely find it interesting. I tried it out for a bit. It feels pretty nice, but it's nothing compared to if you want to use the joystick instead. One of the other cool things you can do, of course, is turn the lighting off. You hold the function key and 6, and if you just keep hitting 6, it will change it from super bright to not bright at all. And then the last thing, of course, you have the app button. So you hold down the function key and hit F4, and it lets you connect the device to the app. And it's very useful because that's how you're going to update it and change the keybinds. And if you hold F5, it lets you reconnect to the controller. So starting things off with the games that we're going to play today is Rainbow Six Siege, Apex Legends, Rust, Insurgency Sandstorms, Sea of Thieves, and Call of Duty Warzone. So those are the games that we will be playing in today's video. Of course, I'm going to bring up the stuff that I do not like first about this device. So starting things off, the price point. It cost $107 to buy this device. I think that's a little high for what you actually get, but at the same time, you do get a really good keyboard, and the adapter is cool, but the mouse that they give you is kind of low-key crap. It is not good at all. The biggest issue, right off the bat, the biggest issue about this device is that mouse. If they didn't put that really crappy mouse in the package, I think this device would be fantastic to own. Now, that's one remark I'm going to make is if you do end up buying this device, buy a actual good mouse like a Razer, Corsair, Logitech, something that's decent, that's going to get your money's worth out of it. So that's pretty much the only bad thing I had about this device. My annoyance is when you're programming it, you have to link it to the phone, and then once you program it, you have to relink it to the adapter that's hooked up to the controller. See, the GameSir adapter, like the generic one that's $50, you don't have to do that. You literally just hit update and it updates it right away. I don't know why they couldn't just do that with this device, even though it runs the same firmware. It blows my mind. Like, it's just something so simple that could make this device way better. And then moving on to the actual product itself, the keyboard is fantastic. So one of the things I do want to point out about the keyboard is it is red switches. So red switches are, in my opinion, one of my favorite sounding and feeling tactile switches. They are mechanical, so you do get mechanical switches with a fantastic keyboard. That's why I say this thing is fantastic, is because you're getting phenomenal switches with this adapter. And then also you get that joystick. That joystick comes in handy with a lot of stuff. I felt it was a lot easier navigating menus with the joystick, because instead of functioning around and have to figure out which the D-pad buttons, which the 6, 7, 8, what buttons it is for the D-pads, instead of having to reach your hand up to click those buttons, you have that joystick at the bottom of the keyboard. Oh my god, it was like so different. Probably one of the best experiences I've had with a mouse and keyboard adapter ever. It was fantastic playing games with this device. I think as overall as well, this device is just very well built and designed. The company that makes these makes very good devices. The GameSir is great. I'm buying one of their handheld adapters for the phones to try out as well. They seem to be a pretty decent company. Like, they constantly update the firmware. They release new versions of the devices. So I definitely think that they're going in the right direction with this adapter. Now, the adapter is also wireless. It has a 35,000 milliamp battery. It does have a display at the top of the screen as well, so you can see what you have activated and what's connected. I definitely think that's a very good idea for a device you're paying so much for. And then one of the last things I want to say about this entire device itself is that it works. It just works. Like, you don't have to play anything. It's just you just plug it in and it works. Like, I don't know, like, it's one of my favorite things I've had so far. So a couple of notes I'm gonna make about the games. Rainbow Six Siege, it feels well. I mean, I didn't tune this device enough the way I wanted it to. I just didn't spend enough time with Rainbow Six Siege since I wanted to try so many more games out. So Rainbow Six Siege was definitely, it was a good game. Like, it works well with it. Then I moved over to Apex. It felt really good with Apex. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably my favorite game to play with adapters. If this felt decent. And then I played Rust. Rust was a lot easier to play with that joystick. I could navigate the menus way better than just, Rust is a little hard to navigate in general on a controller, but it just made it way more easier to navigate the menus. And then Sea of Thieves, Insurgency Sandstorms, they both are very fantastic games to play with any sort of adapter. Very easy. I tried Sea of Thieves because one of my friends was like, oh, why don't you try that game? I said, all right, I'll try it out. It works perfectly fine. I was going to play Overwatch, but my Overwatch wouldn't let me log into my account, so I just was like, all right, whatever. We'll pass on that. And then the last game I played was Call of Duty Warzone. I wanted to try out a Call of Duty with this adapter. I got 2 kills, and then I died, and then I killed the guy in the gulag, and then got a double. So that was pretty cool. So this brings us to the very end of this video, my last couple of thoughts. So the first thing I'm going to say is, of course, I think this device is definitely worth the price point. Even though it's kind of steeped for a device that comes with such a shitty mouse, it's definitely worth the price point. You get a great keyboard, you get a great adapter. Overall, it works, it plugs in, it's fantastic. Now, again, if they gave us a better mouse, I would 100% recommend this no matter what, but because it comes with a shitty mouse, I definitely think you should invest in the money and buy a better mouse as well. That's about it. It's a great device. I didn't have any issues with it. Your miles may vary, of course, because there's been a lot of issues. People having issues with the GameSir adapters. I didn't have any issues with them. So pretty much the end of the video. I love the device. I definitely think it's worth the price point. And if you guys have any issues, I do have a Discord. Feel free to message or add at me in my Discord if you have any sort of problems. So this brings us to the end of the video. 100% get the device, and please like this drive and have a good one, guys.
Fight your way out of this or capture the objective.